From LALATE News headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings LALATE.
It's a huge early morning broadcast here on LALATE with incredible great news about your fourth stimulus check update of 2021. In this fourth stimulus check update today, we go over the big news that came from the President of the United States yesterday. For the fifth time again in no less than 2 days, he said, get it done. Telling Democratic leaders who are already starting the reconciliation process, get it done. This is the fourth stimulus, the monthly stimulus checks, the start in the month of July, that will give you the single biggest payout ever in the history of this channel. We go over how much it is, we compare the Senate versus House plan in this recording, and we go over the big incredible news that hit overnight and yesterday that signals we're heading to the finish line. Then we go over the big news that came out of the Department of Treasury, confirming my reporting that there's money landing in your bank accounts this week and money available for you to apply for. Where is it? We deliver all the big news, whether it's tough love or whether it's cool love. Across the board, from the Midwest to the East Coast, from my home to your home, let's get to it. Let's get to the breaking news starting right now on Early Mornings LALATE. Hey, good morning, everybody. The toast is toasting, the butter is butter, and I'm here, you're here. And fourth stimulus check update of 2021 today is here as well. Let's get to the breaking news. The President of the United States yesterday urged his congressional Democrats to get it done, unless this was the fourth time in just 2 days, after doing it 3 times on Friday, to tell them to get it done. And guess what? I have incredible great news in this recording. This is a major recording with a lot of money covering the entire 30 minutes. So stay with me across this 30-minute recording. I got money for you landing this week. I'm going to show you how you get this money and how you get it. Make sure you subscribe. This is LALATE, the only 24-hour-a-day, 7 days a week financial news channel, reporting from Wall Street to Main Street, from crypto to stimulus, covering it all. Getting you informed and getting you motivated. Also, like this video. If you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. The link is at the top of the chat, and without a delay, let's get to the breaking news. The fourth stimulus check is a fourth stimulus package that delivers a monthly stimulus check every month, starting in the month of July. How does it work, and what was the breaking news overnight? First, let's understand the checks. Let's go to the 2 plans. House versus Senate. And if you're on the live chat, interact right now. So the House plan provides a stimulus check for the remainder of the pandemic plus 1 year. The stimulus checks would start at $2,000 the first month, but then stay at $1,000 thereafter. Let's compare the 2 plans. If you're on the live chat, do you like the House plan or Senate? Say House or Senate, but don't decide just yet because we got a lot of data still coming out. First, let's go over how much the checks are. But before that, let's even pull back and go over how many checks. So how many checks are at play? The House members would provide a stimulus check for the remainder of the pandemic plus 1 year. So if there's 4 months left of the pandemic, you would get 4 months of checks. Add 1 year to that. 16 months of checks. 16 months of checks. How does the Senate plan compare? Only 6 months of checks, from July to December. But before you're ready to vote House or Senate, let's compare the monthly amounts. The House amounts are far much lower. The House members provide a only $1,000 stimulus check after the first month. And while the Senator's amount is unknown, word on the street is it dwarfs the House amount. $2,000 a month over 6 months, $12,000 is word on the street. $1,400 a month over 6 months, $8,400. This is per person. Now that you see the comparison, vote. Senate versus House. Do you like Senate or House? If you're on the live chat, drop it. If you're in the comments, drop it. Senate or House. If you're a House member, you're providing upwards of $17,000 over 16 months. It'll take you a year and a half to get these checks. But if you're a senator, you're preparingly, according to word on the street, giving potentially $12,000, but nearly half that time, even a quarter of that time in just 6 months. Really quite different. So which one do you like? Let's go over the eligibility. If you got the third stimulus check, you get this one. If you make less than $75,000, you get it. Household 4 or less, you get it. SSI or SSDI, you get it. Married couple, $150,000 or less, you get it. Double the check if there's 2 people in the family, in the husband and wife. 4-person household, quadruple the check. And yes, if you're on SSI or SSDI, Social Security or railroad benefits, you get it. Congratulations. Is the amount for the adult dependent the same as the minor? Yes. Everyone's check. Adult dependent, minor dependent, your check, all the same amount. This would start in the month of July. Is it income? No. Is it taxable? No. How would you receive it? You would receive it in the month of July. I'm a reporter. I'm not a legislator. I report what they represent. They ultimately make the move, not me. They're representing. The vote would be by July, in the month of July, for a check for the month of July that you would receive in the month of July. No waves of checks this time, folks. We can't do waves. They would land every month. The next month would be in August, for August, and then September thereafter. Very easy breezy to understand. How is it done? A reconciliation process, which has already started. They've already been working on the legislative drafting in subcommittees. 2 bills, 2 months, 2 steps. Very easy breezy. Now, what happened with the President of the United States yesterday? Well, he did the same thing he did on Friday. If you tuned in on Friday, Saturday, Sunday last weekend, you saw me report the president had not 1, 2, 3 press conferences on Friday saying, get it done. What did he do on Monday? Same press conference. The video he released on his YouTube channel, just about this. Not about anything else. Only 4th stimulus, get it done. 5th stimulus, get it done. Nothing else. I don't think I've ever seen in the history of a president where all I'm hearing out of the president is stimulus news. I don't hear anything else. I don't hear invading some foreign country. I don't hear about a tornado. I only hear about stimulus videos and stimulus news from the president and nothing else. There is literally nothing else that's coming out except that. It's all on the heels of what happened on last Friday, a jobs number that was bad. Everyone understood the number was bad. Jobs are available. People didn't take the jobs. Well, guess what? On Monday, the Chicago Federal Reserve President Charles Evans spoke about that numbers, spoke about what could impact 4th stimulus. Also, the head of Chipotle issued a major statement. I have all those details coming up in just a second, but I'll be coming back to 4th stimulus later in this video. Remember that big money. Let's cut to the other money available to you right now. Boy, folks, I'm very excited for you because yesterday, the Under Treasury Secretary at the Undersecretary of Treasury, under Janet Yellen, spoke to press and confirmed my reporting over the whole weekend, which is the $350 billion that was dedicated for state and cities and counties from the 3rd stimulus package is landing this week. Congratulations. This means... Get your Purple Hawk cry ready. Oh, practice the vocal cords. You're going to pounce because the money's landing. Now, as you've seen over the last few days, you're going to see it all the way up to the date at which your tax returns due. I'm delivering a new part to these videos called Tough Love. You're going to hear where I say, you got to do this tough love, meaning I'm pushing you to do it, making sure you get it done. And I don't want any excuses. You don't do it or you don't want to do it or you want to call someone or tweet someone or, put up a bonfire in the front room. No, you got to actually do what I'm telling you in these videos or you ain't going to get the money. All right, let's get to the details right off the bat. There is big money landing this week, last week, and next week. And what is it? Well, Treasury confirmed it. It is rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and homeowners assistance, and it's landing. And let's get to the beautiful details. It's upwards of $5,000 at least. Rent is rent for 4 to 6 months of rent, which amounts to about $5,000. Where do you get it? 6 places: City Hall, City Housing Authority; County Hall, County Housing Authority; State Hall, State Housing Authority. This is not second stimulus. This is not the one you looked for in November. This is a new round that's just landing now. It's 3rd stimulus. Go get it. Also, mortgage assistance, homeowners assistance, homeowner utilities. Go get it. That's $5,000. Then let's turn to SNAP. SNAP is food. How do you get it? Department of Agriculture, DOA, call 211. If you make less than $75,000, go get it. It is money for your food. A family of 4 in Hawaii now gets, because of 2 executive orders, one from Trump for 6 months, one for Biden for 6 months, 15% increase to $16,000 in 1 year. Yes, we're only 9 minutes of this video. $16,000 for SNAP. I'm getting you $5,000 for rent if you're in Hawaii. We're doing really well, and we just have not started. So that is the money for that. Okay, you ready for tough love warning number one? Tough love warning number one. This money for rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, or homeowners assistance is going live. It's first come, first serve, so it will run out of money. Tough love, go get it right now. Be a purple hawk and get that money first. Tough love number two, understand this money ain't coming back. It is not coming back, folks. Eviction moratorium, mortgage forbearance, all going away in September. No one that in the Democratic leadership has mentioned anything about these items coming back and forth stimulus. So do not sit back and say, in July, I need money for rent. No, it was available in May. You needed to get it in May. For the rest of this year, you need to get that money when it came available. Don't sit back and wait for the problem in the future. You get it right now. That's tough love number two. But guess what? I got other money that's going live for you, landing in bank accounts this week, and it's very exciting for you. And now I'm going to go over the next group. If you see the progression I'm going, the first group of money for rent, utilities, homeowners assistance, and SNAP is the most inclusive of the viewership of this channel. If you make less than $75,000, which is many of the viewers of this channel, this is your money. Go get it. $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. It's what I talked about on third stimulus. We talked, yeah, you're going to get a $1,400 stimulus check, but you're going to get $15,000 on the third stimulus. Here it's now landing. Go get it. I don't want to hear you wondering about whether the fifth stimulus check is coming in 2035. I want you to get this money right now. We ain't tracking checks, folks. We're cashing checks. All right, now let's go to the next item, which is really exciting, which is money coming back to you. Who is this money coming back from, and where is it coming from? It's coming from your states to you. Thousands of dollars. Let me go over the details. If you received unemployment benefits in 2020 or 2021 and you were overpaid, you may have gotten a letter from your unemployment department that says, we overpaid you due to a computer glitch, no fault of your own. Please return the money. And you returned it. Well, guess what? Great news. The Department of Labor has ordered states to return that money back to you, saying it was not your fault, that it was your money's to keep, and you should not have had to return the money. This is huge, great news, folks. Automatic, you don't have to do anything, coming back from your state, thousands of dollars if you have been overpaid unemployment and returned it back. Next group, big exciting news because this is the week, the confirmed week, that you're getting thousands of dollars back from federal government. This time, it's thousands of dollars to you automatically from IRS. Where you can actually get the money, if the tax return on file you filed in 2020 had only an address and no direct deposit account, it's coming in the mail. White envelope, base check inside. If you showed a direct deposit account, it's going on that. How much are you getting? Thousands potentially. So what's at issue? You filed a 2020 tax return. You pay taxes on your first $10,200 of unemployment. They're returning the taxes you paid on that unemployment. The taxes you were paid on that unemployment is coming back. So let's say your total tax bill was $5,000. $4,000 was to pay the taxes on unemployment to IRS. IRS is sending you back that $4,000, saying, no, thank you. That was a mistake. That is yours to keep. Here's $4,000. This money is coming this week to single filers. Phase 1, it's called. Phase 2 is joint filers. Married couples, it's coming later this month. All very easy breezy to understand. Okay, you ready for some more tough love? It's morning. It's the toast is toasted, the coffee is brewing. I'm here, you're here, and I got some more tough love starting right now. If you received unemployment benefits in 2020 and took out for federal taxes, not talking about state, talking about federal taxes, took out money, guess what? You have to file a tax return in the next few days or you're never going to get that money back. That money has to be requested back on a federal tax return to IRS. Here's an example. You had weekly benefits taking out $100 a week for federal taxes in 2020, and now you've took out nearly $3,000 for federal taxes. You have to do a 2020 tax return to the federal government and request those taxes back. No, this is tough love. You can't be calling up the phone and say, hi, where's my money? Or tweeting them or send them a text message. No, you actually have to file a tax return and request the money back. Boy, I got two other items, and those two other items are biggies, and they're thousands and thousands of dollars. Let's get to the big items of where you get this money, and they're starting right now. First, if you're missing a first, second, or third stimulus check, you have to file a tax return, and that tax return is due in the next few days. Also, if you're a member with several persons in the household on the tax return, and someone in the household did not get their stimulus check first, second, or third, you have to request it on that tax return. All right, now you know which one's coming up. Yeah, it's that one. It's the big enchilada. $3,600 or $3,000 for those children starting in the month of July. Here's what you need to know. It is automatic if they know you have the child and you make less than $75,000 and you filed a tax return. But if you didn't do it, you're getting zero. This is where the most tough love will be in this video, and it's for 3 groups starting right now. If you do not file tax returns ever and never filed a tax return for that child, you must file that tax return in the next few days, the 2020 tax return, listing that child as your dependent. Otherwise, you're not getting anything. Group number 2. If you do file tax returns, but have not listed this child in the past, maybe because the child wasn't with you, it was with the ex-husband, the child wasn't born yet, is now born, you need to file that tax return right away to list that child. Otherwise, you're not getting zero. Number 3, this is a rare situation, but it's still out there. You made a lot of money in 2019, so you made too much money to get this money for the children. Now in 2020, you made not a lot of money because of the pandemic, and you're eligible for the money, but you haven't filed the 2020 tax return yet. Big problem, file the 2020 tax return, because they're going to look at the 2019 tax return and say, you made too much money on the last tax return we have. You're not eligible for this money. So now in those 3 tough love situations, they may have triggered a sort of jugular reaction, which is the following. Wait a second. So this is $3,600 for a child 5 to newborn, or $3,000 for a child 17 to 6, starting the month of July, prorated every month. But I don't have to file tax returns. So why do I have to do this? Tough love moment here, folks. I need you to understand this, very important. If you do not have to file tax returns because you don't make enough money, that's fine for yourself. But if you want money of stimulus covered in this recording, and I say at a particular moment, you have to file a tax return to get the stimulus, the IRS has already said that as well. They have said, if you do not file a tax return, while you don't have to file a tax return, for yourself, if you don't file a tax return, you're not getting the stimulus. So don't come to us later on. And this is a big tough love moment, which is that July's checks for those children, you must file that tax return now in May when it's due now for the personal tax return. Otherwise, you're not getting the money in July. I fully expect that when July comes around and viewers from other bad YouTuber channels come over here, they'll say, okay, I didn't get my July check for my child. And I'll say, oh, you new to this channel? Yeah, I am. Oh, did you file a tax return in May? No, he didn't tell me to do that. Trouble with capital T. We did tough love on this channel for 3 months, and I said you had to get those tax returns on file. And guess what? I've done tough love before in 2020. I told people to do things in 2020 to get their stimulus checks, and they got it. Finally, don't make shortcuts for yourself. They don't exist. So don't say, I want to call IRS and tell them my child was born. No, they don't want to hear your child was born. They're not invited to the bar mitzvah. They want to see the tax return. Don't contact the community page and ask them to file your tax return. We don't do taxes on this channel. Don't you think there's a non-fire filing tool. And don't think that something is so simple that you can sometimes do yourself. Here's what you need to know, is that if you have a series of things that you need to get covered, then make a list. Take this video, replay it when it's taped. If you're watching it live, replay it when it's taped, and make a list of every item you need to tell that tax preparer. I have missing stimulus checks. I have unemployment from the federal government I need to get back. And I need to tell them about my child. I got a lot of things to tell the IRS on the tax return. Make that list and tell that tax preparer, say, go do that. And that's what the tax preparer will do. And I've had viewers send me private messages saying, thank you, LALATE, for giving me that type of tough love. I did it, and I got thousands of dollars back because it was owed to me. Had I not gotten it, have I not filed that return, I would not have gotten that money back. The time is upon us. And guess what? We got 60 seconds of break right now to take a breather. First, here's a little bit about the community page, and I'll be coming back in 60 seconds with the big news about what happened yesterday about fourth stimulus and what's happening with fifth stimulus. Stay with me. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.lalate.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues on Mornings LALATE, coming up shortly on this channel. You do not want to miss Mornings LALATE. This is when the market's open. The latest details come out of the White House. The latest financial developing details are unfolding. And you don't want to miss Mornings LALATE. It is one of the original shows of this channel. And while Noontime has absolutely been through the roof on massive numbers lately, thank you so much, Mornings LALATE has struggled. So I want you to make sure you tune into Mornings LALATE. I can't imagine how you wake up the morning and miss Mornings LALATE. It's a critical show. It shows what's starting the day. And I don't want people to just join me at midday and say, what I miss? Because I don't always repeat everything. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I want you to tune into Mornings LALATE, so don't miss that. Meantime, if you're catching this live, guess what? Taped across the board, guess what? There's a live stream as well of the latest cryptocurrency that's making news trending overnight. So join that live stream and interact with the Purple Power family after you're watching this recording. This is early Mornings LALATE. Make sure you subscribe. Across the last 24 hours, you're going to see a lot of breaking developing details, and I don't want you to miss a single show. Also, like this video, and if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Wow, wow, wow. The President of the United States really shocked Americans yesterday by saying, get this fourth stimulus done, but it was really not so much his pep rally that made me so excited, was what he instead said about the pay-fors. His statement about the pay-fors was categorically incredible. What had been a big issue for contention of potential derailment was resolved late last week. The President of the United States said, when it comes to the corporate tax rate, the pay-for fourth stimulus, I will make a deal. Breathe. Breathe. He was offering 28% initially. The current tax rate is 21%. Democrats are coming in saying 28 is too high, 21 is too low. He said, deal, I'll do 25. And the president's starting to see how things need to be maneuvered left and right. And we saw that spirit yesterday when Chipotle came out in a day in which the number 25 was trending on Twitter. Why the number 25? Because people are going on Twitter and saying that $15 an hour minimum wage is not enough. They want $25 an hour as the minimum wage. Chipotle made an announcement yesterday that all its employees will be paid $15 an hour and starting as early as high as $18 an hour. But there's even better news. Second, in 3.5 years, you can be at a store employee salary of $100,000 starting. Incredible. And finally, they're offering upwards of $750 as a referral fee to bring people to work at their business. And they're offering that up to 20,000 people. Incredible, great news. And this came as Americans wondered about the inflationary rate. We're waiting for that CPI number this week and the PPI, which could signal the incredible push for fourth stimulus out the door. And Chicago Federal Reserve President Charles Evans told News yesterday that it's going to average inflation about 2% over some period of time. So inflation rate of 2.5% doesn't bother me as long as it's consistent with 2% over some period. I can't give you a time frame, he said. Incredible, great news. And also incredible, great news is fifth stimulus. The fifth stimulus is the latest stimulus package in the fall. And like the fourth stimulus, it's an add-on. It's an add-on. And it's added on by those Senate and House Democrats. How does it work? Like fourth stimulus, 2 bills, 2 steps, 2-month process that adds stimulus checks. Fifth stimulus is SSI reform. 2 bills, 2 months, 2-step process, adding the following. Increasing your benefit limits, adding a new asset limit, removing the inflationary benchmark, adding the inflationary benchmark, removing the income exclusion, and then removing the marriage penalty. This SSI reform is part of the add-ons from the Democrats to the fifth stimulus package. So let's go over how much that would work and how it would work and who would get the benefits. First, you. Who is you? SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans benefits, Social Security recipients and survivors. If you're on multiple benefits, yes, you as well. They would raise your benefits up to a big new number. Congratulations. That would be your new number going forward. And just like that Chicago Fed head just said, we're looking at 2 to 2.4% inflation. Well, your benefits will be tied to inflation. 2, 3, 4%, your benefits will be tied. And as inflation goes up, so too your benefits. Then they're removing the asset cap. It dates back to a 1980s law that says some of you can't keep more than $3,000 on hand. They're getting rid of that. Then they're removing the income cap, dating back to a 1960s law that says you can't stay on work and get benefits. They'll allow you to go out, make money, $2,000, some amount of money per month, and still stay on benefits. And finally, the marriage penalty. They're getting rid of that. So if you're facing the marriage penalty, it would go away. If you're suffering the marriage penalty, it would go away. It would be invalidated. So how would they do this? 2 bills, 2-step, 2-month process. When would they start? September. When would they get the benefits in your hand? Probably around November. Fifth stimulus, as you saw over the weekend, has a lot of other provisions. If you remember this channel, you have the other provisions that are in the fifth stimulus. A lot of money for single individuals, money for hazard pay, money for seniors as well. But the question is, what did the president do? The president continues to go out to press, as he did on Monday, said, get fifth stimulus done, get fourth stimulus done. He's speaking to the Democratic leadership. He's not speaking to the Republicans. And this came as a surprising new report, came out yesterday. And that new report detailed how the president is getting a likely push from some people. Who are they? A new report yesterday said that the president is getting support from a very large group of progressives who have been rolling out a 20-state campaign to say, wait a second, we need to stop hearing about deficit hawks. Who are deficit hawks? These are people who don't want the U.S. government spending money. And so now a series of progressive groups have come out with a very big ad campaign and said, you know what? We can't keep on having people talk about not spending money in this country. We need to spend money. We're in the middle of a pandemic. We're coming out of the pandemic. We need to spend money. Incredible, great news. The President of the United States yesterday also seemingly adjusted the language for unemployment in lieu of last Friday's number. This is important to understand. Last Friday's number showed that there were jobs available, but people were not taking jobs. Now, if you've been with this channel for over a year, you know that I detailed on very day one that FPUC and PUA had a provision which said you cannot go on unemployment for fear of COVID. Remember that word? It was for fear of COVID. Well, yesterday, the White House issued a new statement, and that new statement seemingly made the disqualification even harder, even easier, meaning that it's no longer just fear, that it can trigger disqualification for unemployment benefits even easier. The White House fact sheet released Monday says that workers may not turn down, this is quoting it, a job due to general non-specific concerns about COVID-19 to receive benefits. So again, you may not turn down a job due to general non-specific concerns about COVID. Wow, that is very, very broad and vague. Very interesting. This is in the context of where we saw states were saying people were not taking jobs. And people have been asking me about that. Yes, there's currently 2 states where they have, red states, where they have announced they are stopping FPUC months earlier. They are stopping FPUC in the month of June. Have other red states come forward? We will watch that. If you're in a blue state where your governor is a Democrat, likely not to happen. But let's circle back to the incredible great news now that we're tailing to the end of this recording. The incredible great news is the toast is toast and the butter is buttering. I'm here, you're here, is that fourth stimulus will be here if they do exactly as they so promise, wrong graphic, by the end of July. That fourth stimulus would be the single biggest payout you've seen in the history of this channel. And that fourth stimulus comes on the heels of people needing to get back to whole. If you're in the live chat, which one do you like? Senate or House? Drop in the comments. Senate or House? The concept of the Senate plan is you need more money faster to become whole, rather to then be sustained over a long period of duration of time where you may not be put back to whole, but simply continuing to carry more debt. So the Senate plan is give a bigger cash infusion over a shorter period of time, but cumulatively it's less money. The House approach, however, is to give a slower progression of money over a longer duration. So some people have different purposes why they want one provision over another. And some people say, I like both of them. I like both of them. For now, the income qualification is you. If you make less than 75,000, it's you. Household 4 or less, it's you. If you're on SSI or SDI, it's you. And guess who's also here? You. And I look forward to seeing you on Mornings LA coming up next in about 2 hours from now. So stay with me. If you missed the 2 overnight show, Overnights LA today, and there was a sirloin show and there was a Purple Power show now archived on the channel just before this. Go watch them. Great throwback shows. Meantime, there's a live crypto feed going on right now. So if you want to chat with other people while this show is done and you want to jump into the live chat, do it. Stay informed, stay focused. I want you to subscribe. Let's do it. 400,000 subscribers. Also like this video. It really helps the algorithm ranking. 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. Stay informed, stay focused. Have a beautiful morning. It's a gorgeous Tuesday morning. I look forward to seeing you more here on LA.